Yes guys, welcome back to another video, and today we are doing a Strom special. So I'm at the Strom Sports Centre, and basically today we're going to hit all things recovery. So it's a rest day. I've had a very busy period lately, both with training and of travelling and some socialising. So this has come at a great time for me. I'm not 100% sure exactly what we're going to do today, but I'm going to head in, I'm going to run through everything they do here, and I'm pretty sure I'm getting the full works. So let's get in there. Right guys, so I'm here in the Elite Performance Centre. I've spoken to Aaron, we have a plan of action. So the range they've got here is fantastic. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to start with a hyperbaric chamber. This is the room I'm in, and that is the chamber. And I'll even do a little bit of vlogging in there. So hyperbaric chamber, apparently I'm going to be in there for about an hour and a quarter. I'm not 100% sure of the benefits, but we'll get Aaron in a minute and he'll talk things through. Then we're going to go into the lab. I'm going to do a bloodlet, then IV ozone treatment, IV drip, and then take my bloods for testing, see where my health markers are at, which will be interesting. And then to finish things off, I will go in the infrared sauna, and again, Aaron will talk through the benefits of that. So, like I said, a jam-packed day of recovery. I'm going to come out of here feeling like Captain America, and yeah, I'm excited. There's also Shockwave Therapy. Evelyn is not here today, so I won't be doing that, but I have had that done in the past, and I will talk that through as well. So yeah, I'm excited. There's some stuff here I've not done today. So bring it on, and to start with, getting this bad boy. Apparently I'm going to fit. I've seen big Gavin Bilton's fitted in it, so I think I'll be fine. Okay, so here we are, hyperbaric chamber up first. I've got Aaron with me, who is going to rerun everything today, and I'd like you to just explain, because I'm new to this, what the process is, what the benefits are.
Yeah. The process is you'll be wearing a mask which is going to be delivering 95% oxygen. Presently, you're breathing 21% oxygen at 1 atmospheric pressure. Right. We are under pressure, that's why we have things like weather. So we're going to increase both the concentration of the oxygen and also the pressure to 2 atmospherics, which is the equivalent to being 10 meters under the water.
Okay. So will you feel anything, like any level of pressure like myself?
Yes, you will. As the pressure increases, it's like coming down from altitude in an aeroplane. You'll feel this pressure in your ears. Yeah. So every 30 seconds or so, just put your nose together and equalise by breathing out through your nose. That's all. Yeah. Our bodies are mostly fluids, so it's just the air that can cause that little bit of coughing. What we're doing effectively is increasing the amount of oxygen available to your body, and all athletes know the benefit of oxygen by a factor of 9.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, it's a big wow.
Yeah. And then, so in terms of the benefits for, like I know Aaron said, he had some done yesterday, like the inflammation, so kind of healing everything there. So in, like for me, I've just come up, I'd say a pretty heavy training block. So that will help me just in my total kind of recovery. Okay.
You're always, training is trauma.
Yeah. And
we want this because that elicits change. Yes. So what we don't want is too much of this trauma to build up and have inflammation, which causes fatigue, poor performance. So we're going to just do the Hyperbaric therapy to improve both performance and recovery. Perfect.
And this is perfectly timed for me, like I said in the car, very intense work block of training, and we've got travelling lately, rest day today, so yeah, let's get in there, and I'll see you guys in there. So this is what it is like. I don't know if you can hear me very well. Sound like Darth Vader, but it's very comfy in here. Didn't look very big from the outside, but it is nice and roomy. And yeah, I've got my phone with me, I've got a radio if I need Aaron, and yeah, if I turn this light off, there's a nice ambient light outside, so it's pretty cool. So what I'm probably going to do is have a nap, so I will catch you on the other side. Right, that is the hyperbaric chamber done. I don't know if you can see some marks on my face from the mask. Very, very interesting. Like, I had no idea what to expect, to be honest. I didn't really give it any thought. I didn't quite realise it was going to be like an hour and 15. in there, obviously with the mask. It's not claustrophobic at all. That's one thing when I looked at it I thought it might be. But I don't know if you can see, this top is pretty damp because it gets warm in there. And I did at times kind of feel a little bit like, not panicky per se, but like it was a lot to kind of take in. But the breathing got easier, you got used to it. So within sort of, I'd say, once the pressure was at the right point, probably like 5 minutes after that, so maybe 20 minutes in, the breathing suddenly became very, very natural, very normal, and it was quite therapeutic actually to kind of just focus on breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Right now, after it, apart from being very sweaty, I feel fresh, maybe a little bit more energy, but that might just be me kind of looking for things. But all in all, a very interesting experience, and more importantly, kind of in the next few days, I'm excited to see kind of how I feel in training, during cardio, and just generally day to day. Yeah, absolutely pumped full of oxygen, pumped full of the good stuff. And now we're going to go next door.
The H-spot therapy that you just had. We know that H-spot increases the availability of the oxygen to your body by 9 times. Yeah. However, what Ozone does is helps to liberate that oxygen so that your body can use it as part of the cellular respiration process. Oxygen is carried around on hemoglobin, part of a protein on your red blood cell, but there's a molecule that is on the hemoglobin. Technically it's 2,3-diphosphate, but that's not important. What is important is that it shifts the oxygen hemoglobin dissociation curve, so the willingness to part from the oxygen to get it to where you want to go in our favour. So H-spot, more oxygen, Ozone increases the utility of the oxygen. Very synergistic.
Yeah, sounds great.
It's cool.
So, love that done. We are now going to do the IV Ozone. I'll try and put a picture of the cannula, isn't it?
Yes, it's
yeah. So, if anyone isn't a massive fan of needles, which to be honest, I suppose a lot of people who come here for bloods probably used to using needles, you know what I mean? But this is a very, very pain-free, easy way. Once this is in, you don't get any discomfort, and Aaron can just change everything. So, as you saw, we walked past, there goes my old blood. Now we're going in with the Ozone. So the reoxygenated blood, and as he's already explained, like perfect, following on from the hyperbaric chamber. So yeah, really simple, and again, probably the most painful part of this whole process is when we take the plaster off at the end. So stay tuned for wincing and screaming for that.
It's flowing beautifully, your blood. So we're going to be doing 2 passes. Pass doesn't mean how many times you come here, it means how many times the blood is taken out and then passed back through once it's been ozonated. So we're going to go to the first one here. You will hear very shortly the ozone machine generating, transferring some of its oxygen into ozone. That's that little high pitch noise you can hear now.
How many times have you used the hyperbaric, Aaron?
Once.
Just yesterday?
Just over the first time, but yeah, Aaron's been in daily.
I've been going in daily. I've got an injury and it's helping to heal that a lot. It's a little muscle strain in my groin. Yeah, so this is honestly helping a lot with pain, swelling, inflammation, and my ability to just mobilise. So I'm hoping that rather than a 4 to 6 week recovery period, I'll be halving that. And then back into training.
So it'll be interesting to see how your cardio responds.
Yeah, it will be actually, because tomorrow, like I've got, my normal sort of rowing in the morning, but I've not rowed because I've been away travelling since Friday. So normally when I go back to rowing after even just like a few days, I like notice how hard it is. So I'm intrigued to see.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that'll be a good.
But I do feel like, I don't know, like I said, just like a little bit like lighter.
Yes.
Just like the breathing, like I feel like I can get more in a way.
Yeah.
So we're moving on now to the IV drip.
The IV drip. So
in this we have.
10 grams of vitamin C, so more than you could take orally without diarrhea. A combination of a B complex, as well as B12 and magnesium also. So it's pretty much the performance.
Yeah.
So it's,
Perfect.
the amount of fluid that we're putting through is the amount of blood that we're taking out. That's why the bloodlet we call the isovolemic section.
Right.
Every section taking some blood, iso meaning the same.
Yes.
Same volume.
Yeah.
We're replacing it. Stroms are a very good product, which is bioavailable taken orally. It's the glutathione.
Yes, which I am a fan of.
Yes. Now, we've got this stuff in a high concentration, so 1200 milligrams, 1.2 grams.
Right.
That's we can put through as a slow IV push. And what we particularly like about glutathione is it's the master antioxidant.
Yes.
Very much complements the high dose of vitamin C. Also helps with the ozone as well. And the reason for that is because oxidative stress is something that happens when your body is using energy fueled with oxygen.
Right.
Okay. So we need to make sure that your oxidative stress and the ratio between that and your antioxidant defense is optimized. Because we don't want to be eliminating these free radicals and reactive oxygen species, because that signaling pathway is one of the ways in which the muscles go, let's grow.
Yes. Yeah,
You know what I mean? So we want to enhance this.
Right.
Very good for optimizing liver health.
Yes.
Once this has gone through, we're going to be drawing out your blood and sending it off to the lab to check everything, because we're expecting to see some big improvements from your previous result because we've done more stuff.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Today.
Yeah.
So,
Yes guys, alright, so we are in the infrared sauna, the final part of today's action on this recovery day. As you can see, the sweat is very much real. I am dripping, but it feels very nice to sweat. It's almost a therapy in itself, I feel. So it's currently 59 degrees in here. I've been in for about 15 minutes. So yeah, infrared sauna to finish the day. Why the infrared sauna, what are the benefits? Improved circulation, potential cardiovascular benefits, stress management, recovery, a lot of different purported benefits, some more research than others, but ultimately a great recovery tool, and again, something they have at Strom. So, you know, this really is turning into a everything you need facility. You know, not only have they got the gym, they've got obviously the supplements, that is the basis of Strom, and now developing out into, you know, the blood work that's been established for a while, and then the hyperbaric chamber and everything there. So yeah, fantastic day. I'll talk more about it when I'm slightly less frazzled from the heat, but for the infrared I am thoroughly enjoying it, and I'm probably going to spend another 15 minutes in here, probably put a little something on YouTube and watch that, and then it'll be me done and dusted. God damn, I am warm. There's a lot of sweat going on right now. Anyway, that is 30 minutes in the infrared done. I'll tell you what, I cannot wait to get into that shower. Bring it on. Right guys, so while I've had all my treatment today, one thing I haven't got done, believe it or not there is more, is shockwave therapy. Now, two reasons. One, Evelina, who is the specialist here, isn't in. But secondly, I don't actually have any niggles or injuries, touch wood, that need any shockwave therapy. But I still thought I would come in to Evelina's room, I hope she doesn't mind. And Aaron's fired up the machine here, I'm not going to play with it. But again, this is the shockwave therapy machine. I have had shockwave before, when I've had particularly bad tendonitis in my elbows, and it definitely helped. So I can say that from my experience, and I've not had it done here, but shockwave is shockwave, it's really, really positive. So genuinely, like the treatment options they have here, whether it is just for kind of enhancing your recovery and performance, whether it's for injuries, you know, probably for injuries, this is one of the best places you can come. Alright guys, so I am back home. I am feeling very, very relaxed and refreshed. I've got that fuzzy, warm feeling behind my eyes. I think I'm going to sleep damn well tonight. I am going to do a little review of how I'm feeling either tomorrow or Friday, just to see if I can notice anything in the short term with regards to performance, either in my cardio sessions in the morning or my weight sessions in the afternoon, just to give a bit of feedback. But I can say from like a well-being perspective right now, I feel fantastic. I feel very recovered. And yeah, leading into today, I was feeling good. Like my body's responding and recovering really well, but I was starting to feel kind of a little bit more worn down. So, you know, whether it's a placebo, whether straight away I feel a little bit better, you know, everything on paper does something. You know, all the treatments I've had today do something positive. So yeah, definitely worth it, and hopefully you guys maybe learn a little bit, maybe kind of piqued your interest in some of the treatments and stuff, and you can look into it yourselves. But I'm not here for a sales pitch. I'm just here to share kind of my experiences, and yeah, and that's what I've done. So that is it for now. Alright guys, so I thought I would finish the video today just by leaving it a couple of days. So I had all that treatment done on Wednesday. It is now Friday, so I thought I'd finish off with a little summary of how I'm feeling, how training, how cardio has gone the last few days. So I have done, yesterday I did a hard cardio session in the morning, I then did push in the evening or afternoon, and then this morning I did another cardio session, and I've just got back from legs about a couple of hours ago. So apart from feeling a little bit, you know, pickled from legs, which is very normal, the sessions have been good. I had a bit of time off the rowing, about 5 days longer than normal between my sessions because I was traveling. And normally when I do that, that has a massive impact on how hard I find that session. So actually yesterday morning going into that, I was surprised. It went, you know, I was hitting the same kind of level that I was in previous sessions, but obviously with an extended gap. This morning was actually my best session to date on the rower. The rower I always use is a good gauge because it's hard. I find it hard. You know, bike I always do, but that's more just a steady state because it's kind of easier for me. So yeah, whether that is, you know, down to the treatment, I'm not going to, you know, say categorically that is why, but I certainly felt good for it. My recovery's been fantastic. Yesterday's push session was progressive. Today's session was progressive, leg session. So things are certainly feeling good, and, you know, training has been excellent. In myself, like I said, I feel fresh, I feel recovered. It's been, you know, now the full training week, and I feel good for it. So yeah, you know, I think I'm not going to sit here and say like the treatment is mind-blowing, and like, you know, I think for me, I was intrigued to see how I would feel when I feel good. But probably the real benefit and the real test would be if I had an acute injury. You know, that's where like the hyperbaric chamber with the healing process of the oxygen and the ozone treatment is going to be far more potentially noticeable. But on the whole, like all the treatments I did, I would definitely say I've added something, which is fantastic and exactly what I want and anyone who uses them wants. So yeah, it's a yes from me. I'll definitely be back. Touch wood, I'll never need to go there for kind of injury treatment, but it's great to know it's there if ever that is the case. So I'm going to wrap this video up, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. A lot of talking, I appreciate, and if you got this far, let me know. Well done. But, you know, some good information. Aaron shared some fantastic and interesting kind of bits and bobs throughout. So a massive thank you to him and everyone at Strom. And yeah, if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe. Please, we're growing, it's great to see. And like I said, if you've got any questions about any of the treatments, let me know. I'll answer them to the best of my ability. If I can't, I'll find out from Aaron and I'll get back to you guys. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.